Hi guys, if it's Friday, it's Down and Dirty Woodscraft. In between rain, got a good cold rain blowing here in South Alabama, so I got this little 10-minute window. I got to jump out here and do this right quick. But what I want to talk about is a speed technique for moments like this when you're trying to get a shelter up in a hurry and you've got yourself your emergency set or whatever. Here's a little trick that I've learned that really speeds things up. Now what you want to do is you've of course got your grommet, okay, but you want to take a piece of BANKLINE. I like to take one about a little over a foot long, and I'm going to take it and tie a stop knot in the very end of both pieces of the line. This will keep it from ever sliding out. Okay, 2 stop knots on the end of the line. Then I'm going to take that and do a simple fold in half overhand knot like that and push those 2 up into it and then work that knot down just against those 2 stop knots. Now it can't come out. Okay, now I've got a loop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that eyelet right there and I'm going to put that loop through that. I'm going to leave this with the tarp for emergency setups. Real quick, just pass it through and then pass it back through itself just like that. Working it down so it's nice and snug. Now I've got a loop there, right? Now, I may have to put this up in a hurry, okay? Now, yeah, I can carry stakes going to harpoon that through that hole, but I have found this is faster and more efficient for a reason. I'm going to take my tent stake, whatever the tent stake is, or perhaps I have to improvise a tent stake, which might be an inch diameter or so stick I can snap off of the ground right quick. That's a big enough loop to go through that, right? So I stick it through and immediately turn it 2 or 3 times. Just spin it 2 or 3 times like that. Clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever. See how it draws up? Now it's locked to that stake and I can stake it instantly into the ground. I don't have to worry about it coming loose. Plus, if you've ever nailed a tent stake into a root or something because you're in a hurry, bad weather, whatever, and I've got to get this done now, and I go and put that stake into that ground, and now I can't pull that stake back out. If I've nailed it through that grommet, I might not be able to get it back off that tarp without tearing the tarp. This way I've got a line. Now, by twisting it like that, I've taken up the tension. This is not going to come off of this stake. I, of course, will angle my stake away from my anchor point, so it's an angle like that. I'm going to drive it in, and it can't come off. But I could cut it if I had to get it off there in a hurry. Suppose I got a tornado or something coming. I got to take this down now, or I'm going to lose it. It's either take it down and put it flat on the ground and lay on it and save it, or the wind's going to tear it and it's gone. I can slash that with a knife, lickety split, and get this thing without having to try to pull stakes out or whatever. It's a time saver, see. But for I've only got just a minute, you know, and it's been blowing rain and I'm out here and I want to find a place, and I found something right here that looks kind of like it, and I've got a break where I could throw my gear down right quick. Having a loop already set up on my tarp where I can stick any kind of stake through it, spin right quick and stab it in the ground is a real advantage because of A, it doesn't matter what stake I've got. If I have to improvise to something bigger because the ground is just so soft, those little bitty old short stakes I brought are useless. They're just going in the mud and coming right back out. I need like 18 inches of stake. I can snap off green stuff, quick hit it with a knife, put it and spin it, and drive that in the ground and have a rock solid stake. I can also have a quick tie point where I can stick it through something and put a toggle through this to hook to something else right quick. There's lots of uses for that loop. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but it does make a life a whole lot easier when you're in a hurry and trying to put up a shelter. So for like ponchos, I always had loops like this on all my grommets on my ponchos. It gave me a quick way to set up. It was something that was more effective than the grommet itself because the grommet is a given size hole. And yes, your tent stake may fit, it may not. And having to tie and retie over and over again, every time I put up a tarp I had to tie the stake in place or whatever, just consumed too much time. And so through trial and error I figured out that just leaving a small loop, about a 3-inch loop or so, just big enough to stick a stake in it, spin it twice and hammer it, made life so much easier, especially when you're in bad conditions where you've only got just a few moments to get this tarp up before the rain starts bucketing down again and get under it. That is worth its weight in gold. Hope you enjoy this, guys. If you do, if you found it useful, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.